A lot of parents don't realize that they're overpaying for college or have overpaid for college. And now that college is over and they're finished paying for it, that's when a lot of parents begin feeling the real pain of having paid for college, especially when it leads to overpaying. So, what I want to get into is how do you evaluate this perspective and what calculator should you be using to understand that the actual cost of college is not the actual cost of college. It's the financial impact that is going to have on both the parent and the student after college is completed. This is a very important step that parents are not being introduced to early enough or not being introduced at all from our traditional voices in college funding, despite the great job that they're doing. So what I want to do here is just walk through a calculator that we use on our end to help parents better evaluate how do you make smart decisions regarding paying for college that has absolutely nothing to do with looking for money. So give me a moment here. This I'm going to provide a link for you as well, where you can um, take a look at how this calculator works and the benefit that it has for the parent and the student. So as you can see here, one of the things that we're going to be looking at here is what we call the Student Aid Index. This is what all colleges will expect your family to pay, and we're going to look at how this is going to impact your family's wealth, which again is the emphasis that we want to make regarding this conversation because parents are not realizing that they've overpaid for college until after they're feeling the pain of paying for college. And I want to prevent you from falling into that trap. So let's take a look here. I'm going to be using some of my writing tools here as we go through this. And once again, those of you who would like to have a copy of this analysis, the link is in the comment area for the video. Okay, so let's take a look at what we're doing here. So you can see here, we've got three different students here, and you can see that there are three different years where the student is anticipated being their first year in college. Okay, so you can see year by year for each student. You can see the national average anticipated based on their year that they're going to attend college. And you can see how inflation is definitely impacting the cost of college. The next block here is the 4-year average cost. So when you add in the typical cost over 4 years relative to each student, you can see what your 4-year cost is going to be. Then, if you're going to be using loans to do that, again, this is an anticipated 10-year cost for student loans. And then this is the Parent Plus side of those loans, and you can see that there is a dramatic difference. Obviously, the Parent Plus side, for those who are going to be using student loans, is going to be larger than the student side because of the gap that a family may have for a particular school that they've selected. Now, um, let me just say this. Obviously, the school that is selected is going to dictate that gap. So this is just a general overview and not an evaluation of different schools. Then we have the actual 10-year cost of the cost of education based on each student. Now, for that parent who's going to be helping all three students, you can see that the combined cost when you evaluate the loans and everything else, you're looking at $503,716. Now, if the oldest parent is 64 years old and college is completed, they've got 1 year left to go before they retire, assuming that they want to retire at age 65. But look at this. Here's the point that we're trying to make here. At a 5% interest, that is going to raise that parent's retirement goals by $528,901. Why? Because every dollar that the parent uses to pay for education is 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, $200, and even more of money that is being literally raided from the retirement capacity. This is the reason why parents call us after they're finished paying for college or while they're paying for college, when they begin to feel what I call the real feel. You know, when you're watching the weather, they talk about you have the temperature and then the impact of maybe wind chill, and how the wind chill can bring that weather, the feeling of that weather, it can impact it by 10, 20 degrees and makes it feel colder. Well, I speak of that the same way from a college funding perspective, where you have a cost of 528, but that real cost is going to be well in the millions of dollars because of the opportunity cost and the negative impact of creating negative wealth transfer, because we're using the money that we should have been using for retirement, we're using that money to fund college. And this is a calculator that not only provides the student index and helps you to plan from that perspective, but this calculator also gives the parent a truer sense of the real feel of paying for college. I want to take this number and show you how do you create a cost analysis to not only address the cost of college, but how do you protect your retirement and your current lifestyle needs from the cost of education. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to struggle to pay for college. You don't have to overpay for college because you're trying to help your children. There is a smart way and smarter ways to fund college from a perspective of zero if you just know how to blend strategies together. Once again, if you'd like to have a copy or a analysis done for you, you just take advantage of that link, fill out the information there, and we'll take 15 minutes and go through this with you, and that will better help you make wise, informed decisions. Listen, a great college plan always starts with being smarter than the problem. But we have to first understand what the problem is. And having this index and understanding this negative wealth transfer against your retirement helps us to better put together strategies to prevent you from falling into that trap. I look forward to seeing you soon. Listen, go ahead, take advantage of this link, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.